rest of the media is going to start sniffing it out. This is the tip of the iceberg, so to say.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I can't even imagine what the repercussions here are going to be, and what the thought process of the league is going to be at this point with whoever the person is. Obviously, they're going to, whoever it is, they're going to be fired, and they're going to end up in jail. But the thing I can't even, fathom is how you recover relatively quickly from this. I mean, the season is starting in October. And you have to figure that at some point in the next few days, the name's coming up.
And, Chuck, you know this, that there are still Kansas City Royals fans out there that believe the George Orta call.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
What was?
They want Don Denkinger dead.
Yes. I mean, it was awful. Yeah, you're right. That's not, they did.
It sticks in your head.
Oh, it does.
It sticks in your mind, especially when, as a fan, you give so much time and energy. And this is supposed to be your release. This is your escape from your reality, and there's a chance that it might not be 100% virtuous on the field or on the court.
It's troubling, very troubling story.
I agree with Chris. You just don't want to think about
things,
it.
and you never have. And then something like this comes along, and what do you think from this point forward, right? Now, when you see a weird call.
Exactly.
I hate that. I mean, I hate it because, honestly, I never once have thought when it's happening that that's the case.
I agree with you.
I mean, there's nobody in St. Louis that's hated, and Don Denkinger is hated, I mean, I can't even imagine what people are thinking around the NBA this morning. What's going on at the NBA offices today?
I guarantee you what David Stern is not doing at this hour, and that's singing Kokomo.
Yeah, definitely not.
Very good point, Charles. Again, the ability to put it all into a nice, tidy little box. Charles McCord is here with the morning news. We'll come back with much more.
Among the headlines today, guys, 4 people in 2 states have become seriously ill now after eating this chili sauce we were talking about yesterday, this brand that is potentially...
Story here in New York City.
Oh, stupid steam pipe.
It's spread to Boston and everywhere else because now every city is kind of looking at their steam pipes and wondering if it could happen in their city. And Anthony brought up a great point yesterday. He drives in from Long Island, and because this happened on 41st and Lex, they had to close streets all the way to 57th Street and all the way down to, 30-something?
Dude,
it's like 20 blocks have been closed off because of one major problem in one block.
They cordon off a perimeter that is ridiculous.
Someone's got to explain that to us, because every time there's some kind of problem in New York City, they don't just close off that little area and control it. They have to close off just miles around it.
I want to take 3rd Avenue up. That's what I do. I pop out of the Midtown Tunnel, and I take 3rd up, and it's a breeze. And they closed 3rd. What are you closing 3rd for? Where is it? It's at Lex. It's Lexington.
It's not even the same street.
Leave me alone. I want to drive up 3rd.
Why are you sounding like Jerry Seinfeld all of a sudden?
I don't want to be a pirate.
Kevin Meaney. Little Kevin Meaney?
Yeah.
I heard Kevin Meaney and Seinfeld. It was like a mixture, I think.
Yeah.
It was morphing.
So it's just so goddamn annoying.
We're learning more about the tow truck driver, huh?
Ouch. That's an unlucky lottery.
If you haven't read up on this, the tow truck driver stops at a red light, and right where he stopped is where the explosion occurred.
Yeah, he just missed the green. He just missed it, jammed on the brakes to stop, and then right underneath him, the ground just gives away, and bubbling, boiling water starts pouring into the cab of his vehicle. There's a passenger in there, too.
Yeah.
She's got burns on her body, too, but not as bad as him. He's 80% burns on his body, in a coma. You're just sitting there at a light.
Well, they put him in a...
What do you adjust the radio a little bit? You look at the light and go, I just missed that. What the hell? I'm being burned.
Yeah.
But liquid pouring into your car like that. And here's the thing. After the boiling liquid, they had to get to him. He didn't just wind up in the hospital.
No.
So he had to sit there with his clothes on, soaked to him and burned.
In boiling mud water.
Probably skin just probably, falling off his body at that point.
Oh.
I can't imagine the guy's going to make it through this.
Oh, it's awful.
He's in a medically induced coma, so he doesn't feel the pain.
Yeah. Oh,
and the one person that died was a lady who just had a heart attack from the whole thing. Like, oh my God!
She was in a building nearby, and it just blew up the steam thing, and it was making a hell of a racket.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess her ticker couldn't take it. She died. And then other people, various wounds, injuries from big chunks of the street falling on them. That thing looked amazing. It's like a volcano in the middle of the street.
Is there any video of this?
Yeah, they got some closed circuit,
I saw that
security video.
Yeah, I saw that on TV.
But the bus gets in the way.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You can't really see it. But
I mean, they keep telling us that there's cameras all over Manhattan, and they say that you're on camera more than you're not in Manhattan. And now here's a great opportunity to see some unbelievable footage, and so far they don't have it.
Well, you see the tow truck drive by, then you see a couple of buses that were behind it pull into frame, so they block the tow truck.
Yeah.
The view of the tow truck. If the buses weren't there, you'd have seen it. And then, boom, it goes off, and you just see people running and see all the steam. You see the actual start of it, the actual initial explosion.
You do?
Yeah. It's on security cameras, which are pretty much everywhere.
Hey, was that just the explosion, E-Rock?
E-Rock.
Was there a noise that was going on first or something?
Let me check. Hang on.
I mean, we need to know more details. Like, I'm looking at shaky camera work, like the guy is just tipping the camera.
Recording Bigfoot.
You know, come on, dude. What are you doing? And then...
People just panic with cameras when something goes on.
Yeah, I think the guy missed it, too.
Yeah,
Good one.
There's no explosion in there.
The guy obviously has a video camera running, and what we get is the sidewalk. All shaky to the point where you have to go to the bathroom and throw up.
Well,
amateurs stink on camera.
Well, he obviously probably heard it. You probably would have missed it anyway, because he opened his camera once it happened. Like, he probably didn't say, I sense an explosion coming, and get his camera ready.
I know.
It's probably just happening, and then it's fumble.
Jimmy, you're absolutely right. The best part of these type of videos is there's some tourist somewhere that actually has the explosion, and then a month from now, when we all forget about this story or move on or whatever, all of a sudden this video will be displayed on a news channel, like, they finally decide to hand it in or something after showing all their friends back home.
Well, on 9/11, I mean, there's the second plane, of course, but on that first plane, there's two different shots of that first plane hitting. There's the one that everyone has seen a million times. And
the guy that was doing the documentary on the fire department.
Yes. Yeah. And there's another one from farther away. It was a guy doing, I forget what he was doing, why he had a camera.
Well, the towers were always being photographed. You know, a lot of people would just videotape the towers. I think constantly somebody had a camera on there, and it was being videotaped either from the Jersey side or here in New York City. So it's not that odd that you got a couple of views of it happening when it happened.
Okay.
But
I had a point.
Sorry. Sorry to trip you up on that.
Hey,
Hey, well, you know, though, the brown water that was just dripping down, it reminded me of something.
Rain.
That's what it was.
Just let rain.
Oh,
wow. And they got the live...
Then I'll feel guilty about saying it.
Of course.
Hey, behind you, they got the live shot on the news here this morning.
There's the guy's tow truck right in the middle of the big hole in the
Still in the crater. Why haven't they removed that tow truck?
I don't know.
That's just such a creepy shot right there.
The guy was just stopped there.
The tow truck in the middle of the crater where the explosion occurred. Let's say hi to Tom in White Plains. Tom, what's up?
Hey, I just want to tell you,
Whoa.
they cordoned off such a large area because all the steam pipes are wrapped in asbestos, and they want to clean up the air. That shot of the tow truck is really eerie. Creeps me out.
Yes,
as much as your voice.
Yeah. Well, are you a little person, sir?
Tom?
What's that?
Are you a little person?
I'm not that tall.
Yeah.
How short are you?
I'm 5'6".
Oh.
Okay.
Because you got like that voice going on a little bit that a lot of
Oh my God, this guy's creepy. Tom, what's your deal? Come on, give it up. What's your deal?
Is your last name Thumb?
My first dad. Yes, it is.
No.
You got me. You got me.
Oh, he fights back.
I like that you fight back, Tom.
Scrappy.
But we're all noticing that your voice is a little different. We're wondering why. Are you willing to share with us?
Progeria?
I just woke up and I have a lung disease.
Oh, God.
Oh, a lung disease. What do you have? Cystic fibrosis?
No, something that you probably never guess. So sarcoidosis.
What does that mean?
And what does that do to your poor lungs?
It's when you're...
Actually, it attacks any part of your body, but I lost about 40% of my lungs. So.
Oh, how old a guy are you?
I'm 42.
Oh, my.
Oh,
my.
What causes that?
They don't know.
Just let rain.
Oh.
Can't take a deep breath again.
Just let rain.
I'll never sing deep again.
Just let rain.
Hey, Tom has a sense of humor.
Oh.
Wait, is it hard for you to breathe? When I hear someone's lungs, I'm like, is it hard to take a deep breath?
Yes.
Yes.
Walking up hills is difficult. Walking upstairs.
How about
going
Dales?
down is easy because I just fall. But it's the up is the hard part.
Yes, sir. Normally the down is not the strain.
Yeah, this whole fighting gravity thing. Do you have like oxygen that you use?
No, I've been fighting that because once you start using it, you become very dependent on it.
Yeah, but it might be pretty good. You hook one up to a little rascal, and then you just give up on life.
Exactly.
How'd you know you had it, man? How'd you know you had it?
Yeah, what happened?
I was diagnosed. I was diagnosed in 2000. I was noticing. I worked at a hospital.
Oh boy.
And as I was walking up 96th Street, I said, "Boy, I'm really getting out of shape." And I woke up thinking I'm having a heart attack. And went to work and then
went to work. Why would you wake up thinking you're having a heart attack and go to work? Oh, well, he works at a hospital.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's different.
That's like two birds with one stone.
Yeah. That's like he was going to Starbucks.
I'm clocking in and going to the ER.
Right.
Well, at first I ate 8 pieces of bacon.
Right. Figure what the hell. I'm in good hands, right.
Damn, there's nothing they can do about this?
Drank heavy cream.
And absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I take some asthma medication just to help me breathe a little better, but that's it.
So are you gonna live with this, or is it gonna get worse? What are we talking about?
Can't they transplant? Do a lung transplant on you?
Well, that's an option. A couple of years. It also affects my heart.
Oh,
I'll probably just drop dead one day.
Oh, my God.
We need all the fans we can get.
Goodness gracious!
I love you. I love you guys. I listen to you every day.
Wow.
And
oh my God.
You guys make my day.
All right.
Just to make sure he's a big fan.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the Opie and Anthony show? Like, what's your favorite bit? What's your favorite thing that we do? Do it.
Anthony?
Yeah.
When you do the voices,
do it.
especially with the little megaphone, and it's like
something is happening to me. I'm getting emotion in my body. I can't do it.
Nice little megaphone.
Yeah, you like the voices I do with the little megaphone?
Yeah, exactly. But that was the voice.
Hi, my name is Parrot Lung.
Oh, poor guy.
Hey, a lot of suggestions coming in. Stephen S. from Bayshore. Tom, can you repeat this? The plane.
Oh.
The plane.
The poor guy. Well, no pity. He doesn't want pity.
And somebody wants you to do the diabolical laugh today.
Oh.
But that could just cause a heart attack.
I know, that, jeez.
We don't want that on our conscience.
Oh, I can't breathe.
What's the most physical activity you can do, like, on the average?
I try to walk
Oh,
wow, that's
at
depressing.
least a mile every day.
at least a mile, huh?
Yeah, in like malls,
Because you want to horrify us.
Because you're a pedophile? Some days it's tough. All I can do is fold a piece of loose leaf.
It's never too late to learn.
Oh, someone's suggesting for him it would be a diabolical laugh.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no. Don't do it. Don't do it.
We got you now.
Oh, come on. Old easy wider lungs.
You're supposed to do it 3 times, but we'll accept 1 from this guy.
Yeah.
The diabolical laugh has to be 3. 3 of them, not
No
1.
cure.
No cure for this, huh?
Don't do that. You're wearing your lungs out.
I know. That's still 1. You got.
Oh, look, he's breathing heavy.
I know.
Dude, you're breathing heavy.
3 in a row. I can't do that.
Well, don't.
All right.
That's what you have editing for.
What do you have? A little, like, one of those asthma things that you spray into your lungs?
Inhaler.
An inhaler, yeah.
How much you weigh there, Tom? Tom,
Okay.
how much you weigh?
I weigh, actually, I'm a little heavier than you. I weigh 170.
Okay.
170 at 5'6"? Mm.
Yeah, I like to do this from time to time. If you
But,
think...
that
well, why don't
was
you keep
from
talking,
Fred
Tom? Because you don't have much time to live.
Yeah, just let him
Get it
talk.
all out.
Well, the weight gain was from prednisone.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah, well...
What do they do? You have to have take it with water and a candy bar?
They shove it in a
No.
pork chop.
Yeah. That drug will just...
Take it with water in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Oh.
That just distorts your face and other parts of your body. It's a terrific drug for everybody.
Yeah, nice cushion. That's all.
All right, Tom, it's not about you. We got to move on. We have a radio
Yeah.
show to do.
Try to
problem.
stay alive and give us a call at some point.
Yeah.
Hey.
How about this? New bit. New bit! Tom, you call us every Friday, and then, if Friday goes by, we don't hear from you, we know what happened.
Yeah.
All right? And there'll be a relief every Friday when you call. People will be like, oh, wow, he's still alive. Thank God. All right? Let's do this.
You can listen to me blow my head off.
All right.
Oh, well, that's one way to solve your problem.
What do you mean by that, Tom?
He's going to stand on 43rd and Lex.
When I can no longer walk,
Oh.
I figured that's what I'm going to do.
You're just going to blow your head off? Yeah?
9 millimeter Beretta.
Yeah, you got one?
PowerPoint.
You got it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're just waiting?
So this is really what you're going to do eventually?
Oh, yeah. Eventually, it will happen.
Yeah.
How long do they give you before you reach that point where you can't really walk and you got to you blow your brains off? Out.
They don't. They just say, well.
Oh, they didn't give you a date.
One day you're gonna wake up and maybe that's not gonna happen anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you buy a gun just for that, dude?
But
Wait, Tom,
go on with the show.
Sorry, did you buy a gun just for that?
No, I had the gun from a job. I used to work for an organization.
So we're Tom, we're
You
learning
in the
today.
mafia?
We're learning today when this gets really bad that you have decided that you want to go out that way.
Well, I first thought about poisoning. I have enough narcotics to kill a full army in my safe, but that's too easily to be found. This way, boom, it's over with.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to take any chances, right?
Yeah,
And then finding
come
you.
back, and then they try to bring you back, and then even you're worse off.
You wake up, you're even worse off in the hospital. You're like, oh, now I'm brain damaged.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Hey, Fat Spanky from Dublin, Ohio. He writes, "Who's his favorite band? Weezer."
Oh,
Dude,
he likes the Police song, Every Breath You Take.
Yeah, can we play Every Breath You Take for this poor fella, please? Make him happy. Hey, Tom, can you do a rock scream for us? No. Well, Dave from Woodbridge is suggesting that Tom do a rock scream.
Kill the guy.
He's a fan of the show. Let's go. Let's hear your rock scream.
I don't know if I I can do it.
No. All right.
Nah.
He can't do a rock scream.
Maybe I'll call in next Friday and try.
Yeah, he's
No.
got to inhale a week. It's like for a week.
No, Tom, you don't understand. Now, we have a vested interest in you. You have to call next Friday. We have to know how you're doing. All right?
Okay.
And if you don't call in next Friday, we're just going to assume,
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better call in or we'll be depressed.
All right?
Here's your song.
Okay.
And we got a song for you and everything.
This song is for Tom.
A new friend, Tom from White Plains. Tom, any...
Guys,
Huh?
checking out.
All right.
Well, not literally, right?
Just punching out for today, right, Tom?
Yeah.
All right.
Every
Hang in
breath
there,
you
Tom.
take, there it is.
Good luck to you, sir. There he goes, Tom from White Plains.
That's depressing.
No kidding, man.
He's not. He's serious.
Yeah, I know he's serious. And what are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
Tell him to keep living? Sounds like it's hell on earth. What happened?
Oh, what happened?
All right, Tom will call us next Friday. We'll see how he's doing. That took a little bit of a turn, huh?
It's interesting. Everyone's got their cross to bear. What are you going to do?
What are you going to
You
do?
do a hollow point bullet gun.
By the way...
there's the final option.
There it is. At least he's got his plan.
By the way, I like to do this from time to time. If you think your life sucks, we all think this from time to time, like, oh, my life just stinks, blah, woe is me, wah, right?
Wah.
Try to search out the latest picture of Tammy Faye Baker. Did anyone else see this on Larry King the other night? She's down to 65 pounds and still wearing the makeup.
Yeah, she wears the makeup.
She's still wearing the makeup that she's famous for. If you think your life sucks, find a picture of Tammy Faye Baker and look what she's going through.
Is she really? Was she obviously anorexic? Or
Do you want to see the picture? She's not. No, she's dying of lung cancer. She should have been dead by now. Larry King asked her, Tammy, have the doctors told you how long you have to live? And she said, I told the doctors, I don't know. I don't want to know how long I have. I just want to live my life. She should be dead any second now at this point.
Wow. Tammy, have you taken any garlic? I hear that's good for the big casino. How about Welch's grape juice?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta fatten up.
Wow, we're really late because of Tom.
You look like a sack of antlers with Crayola crayon on it.
We got to find the picture. It was on the Insider last night. If we tape the Insider, you could get a still off the Insider for everybody. We'll throw it up on the website.
Coincidentally, you could see her insides on the Insider. She's transparent.
All right, we got a break. It's Opie and Anthony. Hear what everyone else is talking about. O&A, uncut and live, continuing the show on XM Satellite Radio, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Visit xmradio.com to subscribe.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. 92.3 K-Rock. The rock and roll of New York.
Welcome to
93 K-Rock.
It's summer, and it's hot. Tonight and tomorrow at Comics, it's Officer James Garcia from Comedy Central's Reno 911, Carlos Alazraki. Visit their website, comixny.com, to purchase tickets. Life's tough. Laugh more.
To your calls briefly before Chris Carlin joins you after the update. Ray in Holbrook. Hi, Ray. Welcome to WFAN.
Hey, good morning. I want to ask you a quick question. What do you think it would take for the Mets? What do you think the Mets would have to give up to get, say, a Brian Roberts and to get a Octavio Dotel?
I think they would want. I can't even begin to think about what they would have to give up. Goodness knows, there's not a whole lot in the farm system for them to give up. Look, they may be able to.
At participating McDonald's.
Chris Carlin.
It's noon on a Sunday on the Fan. I'm Chris Carlin, and I'll be with you for the next 3.5 hours at 718-937-6666. How's it going? It has been a spectacular weather weekend. I hope you are outside enjoying every last minute of it. And I hope that you will keep it right where it is. And we can chat it up for the next few hours on the phone lines at 718-937-6666 with Steve Napolitano and Greg Giannotti with us throughout the afternoon until Mets Extra. Mets and the Dodgers this afternoon from Chavez Ravine. See the difference between a BMW and a Westchester BMW online at westchesterbmw.com.
Imagine living truly debt-free. No credit card debt, no car payments, no mortgage, just your daily living expenses. And you can do this with just the money you already make. I'm John Commuta, creator of the Transforming Debt into Wealth program. I did it, and so have nearly 500,000 others using my proven system.
I'm completely debt-free now, thanks to John Commuta.
I will be able to pay off my house in approximately 2.5 years on a 30-year mortgage.
It works no matter how much debt you have. My system doesn't consolidate your debt, it eliminates it. It's easy, risk-free, and works with any income level.
And once we got on the system, we were able to eliminate about 90% of our debt.
I never have to worry about who's calling me or who's knocking on my door.
Call now and I'll rush you a free tape that will show you the power of my proven system. 1-800-300-4662. 1-800-300-4662. That's 1-800-300-4662.
6:05 on the Fan. Good morning, everybody. Chris Carlin along with John Franco this morning and, of course, Chuck McCord. How are you, Johnny?
Pretty good, Chris.
Getting up early.
Yeah, the last time I was up this early was for a little baby feeding, I think.
I was going to say, last time we were up this early, you were still going to bed. You know, after like one of those charter flights or something, come home from L.A. That's what we'll say, at least. Morning, Chuck.
Chris, how are you?
Oh, outstanding.
Okay, Chris.
Outstanding. We got a lot to do this morning, and we'll have some fun. Johnny's going to be here with us this morning until 10 o'clock, and then the rest of the week we have Peter King coming in tomorrow, and we also have Carl Banks will be in Wednesday through Friday. So anyway, we got plenty to get into. We'll talk about the stuff with Tim Donaghy, the NBA ref, and we'll get into the British Open, maybe a little bit of Barry Bonds as well. Johnny has some views on that because he knows Mr. Bonds reasonably well. But let's talk a little bit about the Mets and Yankees briefly before we get to the news with Chuck. And, you know, for the Mets, a good weekend, 3 out of 4 in Los Angeles, and a finish of a good win yesterday. And the Yankees really find themselves in this interesting scenario, John, where, you know, throughout this season, it has been so up and down with this team. And, you know, people are so tempted to live and die with them every day. And it's amazing that, you know, as much as they've had to fight through it this year, that people, you know, can actually treat it one day like after a loss it's over, and one day after a win, all right, we're not in terrible shape here.
Well, the last 2 games, they're sure happy about the Yankees, that's for sure. I mean, you know, playing Tampa Bay, that's the way the Yankees should come out there and just pound them and pound them and pound them. Those are the teams that they need to beat. And in the past, Tampa used to hurt them in a short series. Maybe they'd win 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4 against the Yankees. So it was a big weekend for the Yankees, I thought, to just come out there and just start pounding the ball and then hitting the ball the way they can. And the last 2 days were, for a Yankee fan, you got to be real happy.
And your old team, you know, it really has not been great for a while here. It's been kind of playing around, you know, 500's been up and down a little bit. They went through that rough stretch, but, you know, they had an important weekend in L.A. after they dropped 2 out of 3 in San Diego, and they bounced back with 3 out of 4 themselves.
Yeah, it was a big weekend for them, especially last night's game. I think yesterday's game was a big game for them, especially flying back home. If you would have lost that game, that flight would have been even longer. But you know, they found a way to win last night, to drop fly ball in right field, and they took advantage of it, and good teams take advantage of other teams' mistakes.
So we'll get into a lot of it throughout the morning. We'll talk a lot of baseball. We'll talk a lot about everything going on in the world of sports mainly, because I try not to venture out of that. You know, if I get into entertainment, that's fine, but if I get into, like, serious stuff, that's all Chuck. Because, you know, you stick to your strengths. You don't expose your weaknesses.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think people see my weaknesses as already, Chuck. So, anyway, Chuck, how about some news?
We know what your weakness is, Chris, but we won't get into it, all right?
I think everybody knows what that is, Chuck. Breakfast!
Exactly. All right, some of the headlines quickly, guys. There are new efforts being made to try to resolve the internal fighting
fighting in Iraq. Envoys from Iran and the United States will meet in the capital city, Baghdad, tomorrow.
Barely hungover.
You probably should call Bob Saget.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, that's not right.
That's not right.
That's not right. Is
Well,
he
he
all
only
right?
saw me.
Is he all right?
He only saw me laying down on the couch in the dressing room. For the most part, that was it.
He was more concerned, but it's so many people. Is he all right? Is he all right? So you should just
I was fine.
get it out of the way.
I had probably one of my top 10 hangovers of all time. It was so utterly bad that when we were driving through the parking lot, it was like, okay, I first thing, I just go, get me to this dressing room immediately. And I'm just drinking water, trying to drink water and lay down. And the great part was we had to walk through the catering section to get into the dressing room. So all I'm smelling is thick, heavy food, and it made me so queasy again. So I just wanted to lay down. So I lay down, and then
but you're like blowing off like chunks of the story. You got to explain what happened on Friday.
Well, I'll get to that. I just want to explain why I was, such a wreck at the show. So I lay down and I hear 5 minutes. We're going out into the parking lot in the golf carts to, cruise the tailgating. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't, but I have to. I'm a trooper for our fans. So I get in the golf cart. I got my little water, and I put my game face on. I'm like, hey, and I'm slapping hands. Everything's cool. I'm taking pictures. And then we stop at that one big truck, the big display that was out there.
The Score from Providence.
Yeah, the Score. And I get out, and now I'm taking pictures with people. And you know when you take a lot of pictures, you're moving your head around a lot in your eyes to make contact with the lens that is taking the shot. And
Were you so hungover that your eyes, like, your brain didn't follow your eyes?
Brain didn't follow my eyes.
It was like flares.
Things were blurry. My eye hurt. Half of the pictures people have is me with one eye shut. I just had to shut one eye. Like, you know what, like the sun is in your eye, but it was because I had this stabbing pain in the side of my head. And Keith the cop was there, so I go, Keith, I got a boof, man. I really do. So we look, and there's Porta-Johns sitting on the side, and they hadn't been used yet, thank God. At least the one I went into. So I do the slow, casual walk because I don't want people wondering, why is Anthony sprinting for a Porta-John? So I do the casual walk, and in my head I'm going, am I going to make it, or am I going to puke right here? And there's going to be a great picture of me just open-mouth puking in the parking lot. But I made it right when I made it in. Whap! Just like gallons of water were coming out. Gallons of water. And then, I clean up and then came back out. And hey, more pictures. So people have the pre and post puke pictures of me by the Score truck.
You should have just done it right there in the lot, man.
Dude, that would have been the best shot ever that people would, dude, here it is, Anthony puking.
You should have just Ralphed right there in front of everybody.
That was my third puking since about 9 o'clock that morning. And then driving to the hotel, I had a woof from Mohegan Sun, because that's what the story goes from. I stopped at Mohegan Sun, and I go, Keith, pull over right now. So he just pulls off the road. I get out behind my truck and start woofing, and I'm just looking for the smart ass to put it in reverse, because now I got a camera in the back of my truck, just in case you're backing up and you don't want to back anything over anything. And I'm just waiting, and he said I was going to do it, but I knew you'd see the backup lights. I go, if you did that, I would have puked right on the camera just as a gag. Because you see watching me vomit, and then just a big projectile vomit goes on the screen. So I was in really bad shape. People have pictures of me going, what was wrong with Anthony? He didn't even get out of the golf cart. Right. I got out a couple of times. Barely. I was in such bad shape. Went back to the dressing room, crapped out. But that was all because of Friday. Friday, left the show, decided, hey, we don't have to be there till Saturday. Mohegan Sun's on the way. I'm going to stop at Mohegan, do a little of that gambling. And they take care of me up there, Mohegan.
And if you forgot, the last time he was at Mohegan Sun for our virus tour, he won $50,000 playing blackjack.
50 G's.
Hey, can I mention to the audience, what you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is the unraveling of this human being.
Oh, no kidding.
I've been unraveling for years.
We're watching my friend unravel.
No kidding.
I've been unraveling
Gambling
for years.
lessons, drinking lessons, drug lessons.
Yeah, I
can't.
We'll just enjoy the ride. What the hell? We'll enjoy the ride.
Gamble.
Enjoy yourself.
Without drinking.
This should be called the Ozzy in 1978 and Anthony and an Opie show. I screwed up.
This is the type of thing you do when you're in your 20s. Like,
yeah, but I can't
early
gamble
30s, maybe.
without drinking. It's just something I can't do.
Did it ever occur to you that we did have a comedy show on Saturday? That's all I want to know.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I killed. I was great. I put my game face on when we hit the stage. That's what I do. Believe me. I come to the table.
All right.
Even hungover.
So Friday you were at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Doing a little of that gambling.
Doing a little gambling. And you know what they like to do at the casinos? They feed you those drinks because they want to trip you up. So they keep coming back.
You mean they don't come over with soda and crackers and go, you've had enough, sir?
Never. They kept coming over with the screwdrivers.
And what do they have? Two, really big, burly men that hold you down and pour it down your throat?
Poured it down my throat. They did.
Of course. That's what they do. That's how they roll in Mohegan.
Let me tell you about it. After the first couple, you assume that how good you're feeling is going to be the same no matter how many you drink.
Right.
That's just the assumption that people make when they drink. It's the wrong assumption. You're going to reach a level, and then the next day, you're going to feel really crappy.
Well, you won 50 G's and you go back. As far as I'm concerned, you're just pressing your luck. Take your 50 G's and just quit.
Well, that isn't what I did. I took some money with me. I left a lot of it. I didn't take a lot of it with me, but I took a chunk with me and went there and sat down. They this time completely hooked up. They took care of me.
Of course, they want their money back.
Comped suite, which was beautiful. A host.
You realize you're a whale now, right?
I think so.
You're a whale.
A host.
Mohegan Sun is well aware of Anthony Cumia. Of course they hooked you
And then
up.
they go, we have a table for you.
They also attempted to get the cards that were set up nice for you.
They said, we have a table for you in the high roller section.
We say
they will wait there for you the entire time. And he showed me the table. There's a dealer just sitting there with a reserved sign on the table, and her job is to stand there until I decide I want to go to that table, which was hours later.
Her job is to give you bed hands until they got their 50G back.
Exactly.
Please tell me you went to another table. Kenny warned you about that.
Well, Kenny warned
back
me,
in the day has done some, he's watched some serious gambling go on. He knows all the tricks.
Let me tell you what the biggest trick is. Keeping Kenny away from your table. Thank God he wasn't there. Kenny is one of the biggest mushes there is.
What's a mush?
A mush is someone that stands there and just brings you bad luck. Like you can't win. Dice, I heard, used to throw him out. And go, just get out of here.
It's called the cooler.
Yeah, he's a cooler, is what it is. So,
but mush is better.
But he doesn't want to say that, so he comes up with all kinds of other ideas as to why you're losing. And one of it is when you get in with a casino and you've won a lot of money and they hook you up with a table, it's rigged. And they want their money back, so they rig it so you lose. So I had a reserve table set up. I didn't go there
Especially
immediately.
if it's one-on-one, man. That would be very suspicious to me.
But I went to the 3-card first. A little luck, up and down, nothing big. So we finally decide to eat, and then we go to the high roller section. And it's a $6,000 maximum table that you're on. And sit down, but I didn't sit at the reserve table right away. Went to another table next to it because there were a few people there. I like playing with a few people at first. And did okay, up, down again. Then I went to the reserve table, and some other guy came and sat down, which was cool. I didn't care.
Well, that's some guy who was somebody from the casino, probably, man.
I don't know.
I've read too many gambling books.
Ted the host.
I don't know who he was. But I started playing, now seriously, from about 10 o'clock p.m. until 8:30 in the morning. It was that long of just playing and drinking. And Keith the cop right there behind me the whole time, making sure everything is hunky-dory. And just destroyed the place. Walked away this time with the big 6 figures, my friend. $100,000. Walked away with.
But you left part of your liver.
Yeah. Part of the old liver.
Worth it for 100 G's.
Was left behind.
$100,000. Walked away. So now the host
He's
goes,
grabbing onto your ankles. Please don't
come back. But it reminded me of Casino because he then gave us the information for when I come up next time because he heard that we had sat in 6 hours of traffic.
Now, can I slow you down a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, the progression here is getting downright scary.
It is getting ridiculous.
Because like we told you, now he's up to a private room. Now look what the casino's giving Anthony.
So now, instead of sitting...
They send you a limo, right?
In traffic. No, I still got to have to sit in traffic. I drive to Republic Airport and take the private Mohegan Sun jet that they have given me access to, comped, and fly me there to the casino.
And what they do on that jet,
right, we hear about that.
is they say to you, hand us $150,000 or we throw you out.
Yeah, it's the new back room.
That's it.
They do it in the air now.
If you notice, we're all wearing parachutes.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, they had enough of you.
Oh, they want their money back.
Please do this. Please go look. I feel like I can't gamble anymore, and all that would help me is if my friend Jim Norton had a suite and some hookers provided for him.
There you go.
Help your friends.
Hook him, comp him, some trannies.
You're officially a whale to Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Officially.
Oh, they took care of me.
When are you going to tell them?
Wonderful.
When are you going to admit to them that you're card counting?
I don't card count. It's impossible. First of all, it's a constantly
I don't card count.
shuffling shoe. It's wonderful.
They've squashed the card counters.
I couldn't. I'm too stupid. My math skills aren't good enough. It was, you know what it was? It was drunken gambling.
Now, how'd you get the 100 G's out of the joint?
Well,
up to your room, and then...
and
where the hell was the 100 G's while we were doing a comedy show?
Exactly. I'm kind of a, I like it in greenbacks kind of guy. You know, so it was kind of funny that Keith the Cop, we collected. It's just like big stack. I just lifted up my shirt, and they dumped big piles in my shirt, and I walked to the elevator that way.
I like it in greenbacks, by the way. The other word for that is kidnap me. What's the matter with you?
I've taken care of it.
All right, put in the bank.
It's it, exactly. Okay. Don't worry, I know exactly where it is now. It's called safety deposit box. That's where you put it.
Oh,
because then you could gamble with it some more. That is now my bankroll.
That's my money for a year and a half.
So now what I call my bankroll. I may be entering some poker tournaments with that. Give it a try, right? What the hell?
We'll enjoy the ride.
I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah,
It's
Jimmy and I
fun.
will enjoy the ride. It'll be
fast
fun.
cars, gambling, booze.
You're
That's
out of your
it.
mind. What are you do? What are you doing? You're doing 100 miles an hour in a Shelby. He's drinking like William Holden right before the coffee table smashed his head. He's like gambling like a lunatic, and it's frightening.
It's fun.
Puking all over the place.
Oh, it was great. It's wonderful. Had a great weekend. I was pretty shot, though, the Saturday morning till the afternoon.
Yeah.
Right until showtime.
Well, you didn't really sleep.
No, didn't get
Slept
much
a couple
sleep.
hours. Well, you were sleeping in the dressing room, and that's when everyone was coming in. Is he all right? Is he all right?
I wasn't even sleeping. I was watching the strippers up on the camera.
Yeah.
The girls were pretty nice this time.
Yeah, all three of them that they sent.
Yeah, there were 3 girls.
Yeah, but the 3 were really, really hot.
You know something? I'd rather have 3 hot girls than 6 slobs marching through the hallways
those
back there.
Those 3 girls were probably hotter than the other strippers we've had so far on this tour.
So I was watching them, and then joined by the crew.
Yeah.
We watched the show.
Yeah.
From backstage. Had a great time.
All right, if we got to take a quick break. Tons of YouTube videos, just quick clips of our comedy tour in Mansfield, Massachusetts, if you want to see what was going on. And go to Virus Tour, one word on MySpace. Next stop, Detroit.
Yep.
In 2 weeks.
I hear there's a casino near Detroit, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, boy.
If anybody from the Detroit area knows of this, please let me know.
Oh, boy.
Got some gambling to do.
Brought to you by Bud Light, always worth it, by the way.
The casino in Detroit is you walk through one of the neighborhoods, and if you make it through alive, somebody hands you $50,000.
There have been no winners.
To make it interesting, you gotta wear a sign.
He has one. It's called lack of melanin.
All right, we're just getting started. It's Monday morning, everybody.
Yes.
What's today, by the way? Oh, yeah, of course. It's Feel Good Story Monday. It's We Built This City Monday. It's Marble Madness Monday. Some of these have got to go. And, of course, Pot Talk Monday.
Yes.
All on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Could be the most disgusting program you've ever heard. What the hell is that? Oh, my God. That is effed up.
Just to clarify, it doesn't leak on its own.
Oh, my God. What are you, crazy? What are you, insane?
What does he have?
He has rotting corneas.
What do you have?
I have rotting corneas.
Wow. Let's just say he's got a growth.
All right, a scrotal growth. Scrotal growth.
It's the return of What the Hell Is That on the Opie and Anthony Show. If there's something on your body and you're pretty sure it doesn't belong there, visit our website or email Travis at foundrymusic.com.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
The hell's the prognosis? What do you think it is?
What is the C sign?
Tanker sore. Tanker sore.
Our highly trained staff, which may or may not include a medical professional, will evaluate your oddity and then point and laugh accordingly. Grand prize winner gets a brand new Apple iPhone. Second prize, $250. Third prize, $100.
Hear what everyone else is talking about. O&A, uncut and live, continuing the show on XM Satellite Radio, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Visit xmradio.com to subscribe.
Here's your feel-good story for the day. So when everything else is crashing around, the picture that ESPN showed of him and his parents, just agreed. That was wonderful, and that's something we don't see too much because now we go back to the real world, but
to the dark side.
Yes, and that's why I turn it over to you, sir.
Well, just what we were discussing here, Tone. Oh, this is WFAN New York, of course, and streaming on your computer at WFAN.com. 6 o'clock, and as Tony and I were just chatting about, the essence of the story is this. A couple of top aides to the governor have been disciplined after it was revealed that they plotted to discredit Republican rival Joe Bruno. Governor Spitzer immediately suspended his longtime top media spokesman, Darren Dopp, and reassigned the other, Homeland and Public Security Chief William Howard, following Monday's report from Attorney General Andrew Cuomo.
I will accept, as I have full responsibility for the failures that occurred within my administration.
According to the report, Dopp and Howard used the state police, New York State Police, to dummy up, and release to a newspaper records that track the Senate Majority Leader's whereabouts. This over the conduct of the Senate Majority Leaders and his use of state aircraft. Safety were broken simply for political gain. Governor Spitzer says he knew nothing of the operation. Spitzer also says he has apologized to Senator Bruno. In fact, as we said, apologized to Bruno, also apologized to the state police for their misuse, and also apologized to the people of New York. And this is hardly the last of this story. You can imagine the blistering report by Attorney General Cuomo charging yesterday that top aides to Governor Spitzer improperly used state police to plant an embarrassing story to try to get Senate GOP leader Joe Bruno, and the thing has blown up, at least in the Spitzer administration's lap. Also in the headlines locally, FBI agents say they have bagged a Maplewood, New Jersey man suspected of being the serial bank robber dubbed the Hat Bandit. The FBI's Newark office says 50-year-old James Madison is the prime suspect in 18 bank robberies in northern New Jersey since last year. Guy wearing a yellow baseball cap robbed a New Jersey bank on Sunday, and a bank employee jotted down the getaway car's license plate. Madison was ordered held without bail on charges of bank robbery. And the weather for the area, mostly sunny. The high today, mid-80s. Tonight, clear, upper 60s. Mostly sunny. The highs in the upper 80s tomorrow. It is 59 degrees right now, 3 minutes past the hour.
You know the drill. Just a pill to get through the flight, or maybe a glass of wine, maybe an antidepressant to help control your anxiety and depression, maybe a nerve pill here and there just to help you cope, maybe a drink at night just to take the edge off. And that second drink, well, who's counting? But nobody knows how much you worry, how stressed out you are, how inadequate you feel. Nobody understands the fear you have, the lack of satisfaction in your life, the loneliness. Well, I understand. I've been there. I'm Lucinda Bassett, founder of the Midwest Center. I suffered for over 20 years with anxiety, depression, panic, and stress. Maybe you don't have to depend on medication and alcohol. There's a better, long-lasting, healthy way to help yourself. Please, call right now and let me send you a powerful free tape that could change your life. Call 800-500-1434, and I'll send you this wonderful free tape. That's 800-500-1434. 1-800-500-1434.
When you hear an advertised payment for a luxury car that you think must be too good to be true, you're right. It is. A come-on advertised payment is for one thing: to unload whatever they still have in stock. Never the way we do things at Westchester BMW. We're not just going to create an artificial deal to sell you an off-the-lot BMW. We're going to custom fit your 2007 3.5 or 7 Series to you. You know exactly what you want. We go to work and find it for you. Next, we custom fit your lease or financing through BMW Financial Services to best fit your needs, competitively, quickly, painlessly. And here's the really good part: we don't charge you more to do it this way. We're just off exit 4 of 287 and at westchesterbmw.com. The real deal is the one we custom fit to you. It's the difference between a BMW and a Westchester BMW.
6:05 on the Fan. Good morning, everybody. Chris Carlin along with Charles McCord today. Good enough to come by. Peter King of Sports Illustrated. How are you?
Chris, great to be here.
You know, right off the bat, he walks in the door with a Rutgers shirt, Chuck. Beautiful.
Well, you know, I wanted you to be comfortable on my show today. No, you know, you got to love the Knights, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
You have to love the Knights.
Well, you're a Jersey guy.
Yeah, I'm a Jersey guy. I love Schiano. I love what they're doing there. So I wear the shirt when I can. I go on the road sometimes. Everybody accuses me of shilling for the Knights, but anyway.
Is that such a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's about time. That's all I can say.
Well, we've got a lot to do throughout the morning. We certainly have plenty to talk about. We're going to get into some baseball later on, which, you know, folks probably don't even realize. You write a lot of those the spring training previews. You're a huge baseball guy, too, as well as the NFL stuff. And we certainly have a lot to do on the NFL front today.
Well, you know, the Michael Vick story happened yesterday, Chris, and I mean, I'll tell you this: 24 hours ago, the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Blank, was poised to suspend Michael Vick for the first 4 games of the season. And he was poised to also tell him to stay away from training camp. We'll talk about this as the morning goes along, but one of the things that happened basically is that Roger Goodell headed him off at the pass. And Roger Goodell basically said, look, we're going to take our time doing this. We want to make sure we don't act precipitously before we know everything we need to know. But, I mean, yesterday I wrote my column on SI.com, and I was fairly sure that by the end of the day today, Tuesday, that Arthur Blank would have suspended Vick for the first 4 games of the season. And I still don't think, my gut feeling is he's not going to play anymore for the Falcons. And I don't know who he's going to play for. But, you know, Roger Goodell wanted to make sure that the NFL investigated this thoroughly before Blank went off and did that.
You know, I thought the wording of Goodell's letter to Vick that was made public yesterday was pretty interesting in that he made sure to point out, you know, while you're innocent until proven guilty, it almost was saying there's a lot working against you here and we have to do something.
There's no doubt about it, Chris, but the other thing that the NFL is going to make absolutely sure it does is that they're going to make sure that they don't make this a Duke lacrosse case, where they rush to judgment and then 18 months from now have to say, oops, never mind. And I don't think it is a Duke lacrosse case, but you never know. You just don't know what happens when you get in a court of law. But, you know, the NFL is going to try to do the right thing by this guy, at least for now. And I think it would have been next to impossible for him to start training with this team just because of the immense distraction that there would have been at Falcons training camp.
Well, we can get into that plenty, certainly throughout the morning, and we're going to talk about it, as you would expect. And we'll talk about the other stuff going on around the league, too. We'll touch on the Giants and Jets throughout the morning as their camps open up later this week. We'll get into the NBA later on as well, with David Stern holding a press conference later this morning at 11 o'clock to discuss the situation around referee Tim Donaghy. And we'll also talk about Barry Bonds and plenty of the Mets and Yankees as well. But, you know, you're not going to be too welcoming. You're a Jersey guy, but you're a huge Red Sox fan, which is a major problem, Pete.
Yeah, I know. I had to pay a toll to get over the bridge this morning, an extra toll. But, hey, you know what?
Did they stop you on the Deegan at Yankee Stadium?
Hey, listen, what fun would it be if there weren't some of us out here? I mean, what good would the rivalry be if there weren't some of us to make it more interesting?
Well, we'll get into all of it throughout the morning. At 9 minutes after 6, though, Chuck, let's get the news. What's going on?
Some of the headlines, gentlemen. At least 22 people are dead and dozens more have been wounded in another suicide car bombing in Iraq, this one in the southern city of Hillel.
Tuesday. Which I'm not happy with because you already got Rock Scream Tuesday.
Rock Scream Tuesday.
You know, I think...
Should Diabolical Laugh be moved to Thursday?
Well, Thursday's pretty
full. What about Wednesday?
Wednesday
Whip 'em out Wednesday.
Wednesday's Whip 'em out Wednesday, which is a great one. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Maybe we can move it to tomorrow.
I'm willing to suspend Diabolical Laugh Tuesday.
But this is only the second week of Diabolical Laugh Tuesday. We need it today, and then we can figure out what to do with it next week.
All right, well, let's see how our Rock Screams go.
Yeah?
And if they don't go well, then we'll bring on some Diabolical Laughs.
Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we rest Rock Scream Tuesday a little bit and
have
do
people
more
do Diabolical
Laughs.
I don't know, Rock Scream is so huge.
Rock Scream is very popular.
People just love doing their Rock Scream.
Is this really the show people are listening to right now?
Has Hillary had work done?
Huh?
Has Hillary had work done?
Obviously, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she got tightened up a little bit.
By David Cassidy's barber. Stupid frosted mullet.
Frosted mullet.
She's horrible.
Did anyone watch this crap last night? It's way too early to listen to the candidates.
I know, and they had a YouTube.
But I heard they didn't really use the YouTube.
No, because they
angle.
said so many people were just goofing. It's the stupid internet. It's YouTube. What do they expect? People think, these people are so out of touch, they actually believed that they could get people on the internet to ask reasonable, logical, intelligent questions to the candidates.
Yeah.
And not just go, or something like that, or calling her a dyke, or Jimmy saying she's got a lesbian frosted hairdo, a mullet. I mean, that's what they're getting. 90% of the stuff that came in. They said they really had to screen them, and a lot of the questions were suspiciously identical to the reporters.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
You know they set that up nicely.
Yeah. I don't want you to think that you're at home.
I was reading they're trying to get a reality show angle into this whole thing, and it's just not happening.
Excuse me, it's the election of a president of the United States. Can we not make a reality show out of it?
Well, they're trying to be more hip and more in touch with what's going on in society.
Remember when Bill Clinton went on MTV?
Yeah.
How revolutionary that was? And played the saxophone on Arsenio.
Sure.
That's what they're going for. That's what they're going for. That type of, let's bring something different and new into this thing. Let's make humans of these candidates. And they just can't do it because the candidates aren't human. Hillary Clinton is one of the most robotic, zero personality people I've ever seen. Not even running for president, just I've ever seen. She cannot be sincere about anything she says with a voice that talks. She sounds like a robot. She's horrid.
But it always starts off nice.
Could she just be sincere once and actually
do a health care? I'm going to throw some scenarios at you as Hillary.
As Hillary?
Yeah,
she is.
Do health care for everybody.
This country needs universal health care. There are people that cannot afford to take care of their families, and we need to implement
Jimmy, you got one for Anthony doing Hillary?
I was wondering if there was
some of the issues of the day.
Yeah, a lot of African Americans are facing some tough issues. Maybe you'd speak to a congregation of African Americans and discuss some of the issues facing them for the day.
I believe the African American community needs help in getting together, leadership, and helping the young get through school. Do you know the dropout rate in high school for African
Anthony has Hillary. The war in Iraq. What's going on? What are you going to do with that whole mess?
This has become a quagmire that the Bush administration has not realized. We need to bring the boys back as quickly as...
Jimmy, one more?
I don't know. What about the youth? I mean, this shock jockery and things of that ilk are hurting the youth.
The children are our most important resource in this country.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. We all need to take responsibility for the children in this country.
Hey, E-Rock. What the F, man? Where's your act?
Oh, God. She's just a robot, or she's an alien with green jello in her head. Who, if you play Slim Whitman music, her head will explode.
You have that drop of her talking in that church where she
where she started talking a little jive.
She went southern.
I'm just a southern gal. Are you?
Are you?
Oh.
I don't know how the Democrats are going to figure this one out.
She is the most
I told Anthony
insincere, Like, I would love to see her for once just get on stage, speak like a human from the heart, and just, like, actually speak to people instead of having this pre-written speech that just comes off with that tone of voice. Ugh, just like an automaton.
We got her doing a little Southern. Southern stuff.
Here she is in front of a bunch of black people.
Yeah,
she's got to be black.
Feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Did that come?
Like, maybe she's trying to show people, look, I haven't forgotten my roots, and then she decided to like put on the dialect to prove
But
to
it was
people that
reading.
she could still
Did you hear her
talk in her dialect?
Did you hear the way it came off? Like it wasn't even like this down home kind of honest speaking. It was
it was a performance.
Who's voting for this mess? This dishonest jackass who can't even keep tabs on her hubby.
Hey, Lead Belly, maybe one more. I thought this was getting a little obnoxious, but Anthony as Hillary. They're even calling it Anthony as Hillary. Gay marriage, Anthony as Hillary.
You know, I don't understand why in this country people that fall in love have to be divided up by sexes. And I believe gay couples should have the same opportunity that the married couples have as far as...
Excuse me. E-Rock. Why aren't you acting? See, our part in the Brilliant Anthony bit is to be like the audience approving that what she's saying, and we're acting instead of applauding or cheering.
Act.
She's the act leader, and we're just the act audience. Let's try it again. Do we have one more important issue this election?
Gun control.
Gun control. Anthony as Hillary.
Anthony's Hillary.
I want to hear you loud, E-Rock.
To immediately reinstate the assault weapons ban in this country. Gunfire is destroying our nation and killing the youth of this country. We need the gun lobby to understand that. What a mess.
I didn't hear him do it. All right. Jesus, thanks for wrecking the bit, E-Rock.
Oh, okay. Good save. Here it comes.
Tuesday. And Anthony. See? Damn. Silliness much better for this radio show.
Those rock screams rule.
We're taking lots of phone calls from Long Island, New York in general, and of course Jersey today. Let's say hi to Billy on Long Island. Billy, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Billy.
Want to do a nice early morning rock stream for you.
All right, what's up with your phone, man?
Vibrator on?
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, you got it like a little...
Is that any better? No?
It got worse. It got worse.
Your phone stinks. It's going...
All right, give it a try.
Oh, man. Can you hear me any better?
No, just give it a try. We can kind of hear you.
All right.
Wow, early morning rock scream.
I like it. Let's say hi to Mike in Jersey. Mike, what's going on?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Mike?
Rock stream Tuesday.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready. That wasn't a rock scream.
Certainly wasn't.
And you had the potential, sir.
Yeah, you could have done it.
Did I say applauding? Applauding, whatever.
Uh-oh.
Let's say hi to JD in Boston. JD, what's up?
I'd like to do my rock stream, guys. Do you mind?
All righty.
All right, here I go.
Hey,
that's pretty good.
That was a pretty good rock scream.
Thank you very much. That's from a lot of 80s metal, as I do like to say.
Wow, that was really high.
80s
annoying.
metal rules. Thanks, JD.
Hey, a lot of people in Instant Feedback are doing the act. They're now typing it out. Jimmy from Long Island. I hate her face, and I hate her stupid voice.
She's the worst.
We're just warming up. We got lots to do today, that's for sure. I got an email late last night, just before I was going to bed, that E-Rock may have witnessed someone's death last night.
Ooh.
Someone's death last night. Maybe that's why.
Okay?
Maybe that's why he couldn't put his all behind the whole act thing.
Is it haunting you? Whatever it was.
Yeah, I see.
Oh my God,
just
he's
stay
all
there.
screwed up. He's got like post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, teasing
or something.
Teasing's
retarded people.
Teasing's also good for radio shows. So after the break, E-Rock's story about seeing someone die last night. I mean, where are they going? Where are they going? Really?
Nowhere.
All right,
Come on,
good.
stop.
It's Opie and Anthony.
Could be the most disgusting program you've ever heard. What the hell is that?
Oh my God!
That is effed up.
Just to clarify, it doesn't leak on its own.
Oh my God! What are you, crazy? What are you, insane? What does he have? He has rotting corneas. What do you have?
I have rotting corneas.
Wow. Let's just say he's got a growth. All right, a scrotal growth. Scrotal growth.
It's the return of What the Hell Is That on the Opie and Anthony Show. If there's something on your body and you're pretty sure it doesn't belong there, visit our website or either...
Call 1-888-925-JEEP for lease details. 20 cents per mile charge over 23,625 miles driven. Offer requires dealer participation and lease through Chrysler Financial. Must take retail delivery by 7/31/07. Financing for qualified buyers. Based on registrations of Grand Cherokee Plus Commander calendar year 2006. Based on RL Pro mid and small size calendar year 2006 segment and registration data. Jeep is a registered trademark of Daimler Chrysler.
Good morning, everybody. 6:05 on the Fan. Chris Carlin along with Carl Banks. Good Banks, man. What's up, McCord? How are you, handsome?
I am doing wonderful. I'm so happy to be here with Charles. It's been such a long time. And
no, you're not.
It seems like yesterday we were together.
And make sure that you should say, I'm happy to be here with Charles.
Charles and Chris. But, you know, I sit and I listen every
that's
morning.
not empty at all.
I sit and listen every morning. And I know Charles is getting bored to death talking about sports. He has to listen to this stuff, and, you know, he chimes in every once in a while. I'm here to talk other than sports.
Okay, so good luck with that. I'm going to go home, get back to bed, and enjoy your show, fellas. Should work out. What's going on, Carl?
Dude, what's not going on?
Geez, I mean, between Vic, between the NBA, I mean, between Bonds, this could not be more of just an ugly time to talk about sports.
You know what, the whole Bonds and commissioner deal, he answered this one for me. Wasn't Bud around when Sosa and McGuire and all those guys were? So if you're the overseer of this era, why wouldn't you want to be a part of it?
Of course. I mean,
the much celebrated home runs of all these other guys, and now all of a sudden this guy is more polarizing because
of the steroid situation.
Oh wait, McGuire and Sosa.
But you know,
wait a minute.
We all had our heads buried in the sand then.
Because
he's very contently on my
Because he had the shovel. He had the shovel burying our heads in it because
we were all enjoying our ignorance back in the late 90s, Carl.
Yeah, because the game was flying high and it was back on top, and you know what? It's not.
So now it's not only is he going to be there, because now he's going to make every effort to be there outside of the Hall of Fame stuff this weekend.
Begrudgingly.
But now it becomes, is he going to be on the field when it happens?
Well,
or is he just going to be up in a box somewhere?
Was he on the field with McGuire?
Of course he was.
Oh, was he? And touting how well baseball was doing and those things, right?
That's Sosa McGuire was the season that saved baseball.
Exactly.
Yes,
and
sir.
You know what? They were taking something other than
And then McGuire didn't want to talk about the past, and Sosa suddenly couldn't speak English.
Right. So now we have Barry Bonds as the last man standing. And when baseball came back, let me enlighten folks here.
Get out your pen.
If you're a baseball player and you're built like Charles for most of your career, and then you come back built like me,
that's a problem.
It's a problem. And you can't, if you're a manager, if you're an owner, if you're a commissioner, it's not the natural progression of things with the human body in adults.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
So when you come back and you see half the league that has all of a sudden gotten on this regimen of fitness, you got to say to yourself, something's going on here.
Yeah. Wait, I think Carl just said Chuck's not a stud muffin.
No, I said built like Chuck and then come back built like me, from a six-pack to a keg.
I got to think about that a while.
You're a striking-looking figure.
But come on, I'm 6'2" and weigh 177 pounds.
There you go. And if you come back at 6'2" and 250 pounds, then, wow, Chuck, you've really been working out this offseason.
I've been in the gym.
Oh, your bat speed is, look at the power.
My right leg weighs 177 pounds. So we got some other things to get into, too. And I think we'll start after Charles with the news with Mr. Vick, because we have some differing views on that situation and what's going on with the NFL and where he's going to end up, whether it's playing in Atlanta down the road or playing somewhere else, or who knows.
Do we have any guests scheduled? Or?
We do. Thanks to you, we have Janine Pirro, who you apparently have a crush on.
I am a Janine Pirro groupie.
What's that about?
I'm the unofficial president of her fan club. I don't know if has a DA ever had groupies? I know they had a lot of people that hate him. I don't know if they've ever had groupies, though.
I don't even know how to answer that.
Ms. Pirro has been a figure of some controversy, but a lot of people admire Janine Pirro a lot. Absolutely.
Why?
Because
she's hot, she's smart, she's
both
witty.
of those things. She has been a go-to person for
absolutely
for a lot of people, seeking information. Our guests on these programs discussing various cases. Absolutely.
And I'll tell you something else. I don't know if she'll want us to touch it, but, this whole thing with Spitzer, it's political. No, but it's
a little bit of a mess right now.
No, but is it political pandering, or is it,
Sure.
Maybe she'll touch a little bit on it.
Well, no, I'm not saying whether she will or she won't, but I mean, there's a little bit of hot water right there for Mr. Spitzer.
Well,
I'm willing to bet she probably will be more than happy to. But
he didn't make many friends on his way to the top.
No.
Yeah, he's investigated quite a few people, hadn't he?
I would think that's a fair statement.
He has, and there probably are a few people who are enjoying seeing Mr. Spitzer squirming a little bit right now.
Yeah. Well, so bottom line is we have a lot to do throughout the morning, and she will join us later on in the morning, but you and I will have a chat when we get back.
Let's have at it.
H, y'all. It's E-Rock. Big out for E-Rock, ladies and gentlemen. E-Rock.
All righty. Let's see what you got. Oh, he's spinning. The thing's going to be broken in one day. He just did the one-arm swing.
That was a one-arm swing.
A 360-degree turn there.
Now, do you know how to do where you wrap your leg around it and slide down to the floor? You've been at strip clubs.
You got to lift your feet above your head.
Stop being shy.
So you wrap one leg around it, like that, right. And then you spin around and kind of bend your legs and go all the way to the floor so Steve gets a treat. Maybe something will pop out one of those pant legs.
A little oopsie for Steve.
Steve's got money out. Oh, is this rude?
All right, come on, E-Rock. What do you got?
Oh, there he goes. He's on the floor, and Steve is putting $1 in his shorts. Oh, God. All right, now lose the shirt, honey.
Yeah, lose that shirt, baby girl.
Yeah, if you want...
Oh, the camera's rolling.
That for a single.
Yeah, that was for a single. If you want real money, you're going to have to lose that shirt.
The camera's rolling.
E-Rock did I don't know, I think he spun around twice with his legs wrapped around the pole.
Sam's figured it out. If he holds the camera, he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Wow. What a genius. And poor E-Rock is up here on the pole.
All right, how does it feel, E-Rock?
It feels like this thing is going to collapse. You swing and you think it's just going to start tipping over.
I probably will. That would be hysterical. Oh, and I love to see it snap and him fly through the window and plummet to his death.
His parents would have to find him like that. You have to bury him with a stripper pole in his hand and his undershorts.
A tragedy in the Nagel family today. Oh, Jesus, he's spinning. Oh, he's getting a little more rambunctious up there. Oh, here it comes. This is the moment we're waiting for. Yeah.
Yeah, here goes that shirt.
God.
God. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, he's throwing it at Steve.
This is gay, man.
This is so
gay. It's
so
not
gay.
Come on, who's venting?
Funny or gay? What is this?
This is gay.
Is it just gay? It's pretty funny, but
Hey, but take your shirt off. I mean, you know, if we're gonna get the
Shirt
video
back off.
right.
What are you doing?
What happened? One spin with the shirt off.
You have to. You look good.
a spin with the shirt off. You're just saying how gay this is. Then they're like, wait, take the shirt
We
back
still
off.
gotta do radio.
One more spin.
I just want to acknowledge it's gay,
God.
but we're doing. Dude, what the hell?
Jesus, there's more than a pole here in the studio.
Ooh, there he is.
Oh, he almost slipped. He's wearing his white socks, and the stage is a little slippery. Maybe that's because of Steve. What are you doing down there, Steve?
All right, well, there you go. E-Rock.
Yes, E-Rock.
That Tracy the PD here.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for E-Rock. E-Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, tip your dancers and your waitresses and bartenders.
Wonderful. That's just wonderful.
That was horrid.
That was horrific.
I really
Very
want that
scary.
thing to snap at him just to fall on the carpet in his undershorts.
All right, our phone number is 877-212-O-N-A.
They're already sharing photos. I love this age we're in.
Oh, nice. Get the pictures up on the website. Yeah, of course it has to be a guy that tries out the stripper pole for the first time.
First time. Why would it be any different?
And we would invite ladies down immediately to do it as well, but we got to anchor this down, or someone's going to, like, break their neck.
Without the pole being like anchored into the ceiling, it's almost impossible because no matter how well you anchor that down, that pole's gonna waver.
Yeah. Hey, we got your Barry Bonds update. Barry Bonds update, everybody. 2 homers away from
yes, he's 2 homers away.
from tying Hank Aaron, 3 from breaking the record. He went 1 for 5 last night, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. No home runs for Barry Bonds last night.
Whoopsie.
Nobody wants to be the ones to give it up to him. Nobody wants to be.
I would love them to just bean him every time. Just bean him.
Right in the fanny. No, in the
nice
heads.
innocent beaning.
They should just play fanny ball. Every time he comes up, they all have decided around the leagues that they need to hit him in the fanny.
The fanny.
Every time he comes up, just hit him in the fanny.
Don't say fanny.
For the rest of this year,
Hit him in the fanny.
and for the rest of next year, until he gets the hint that he's not allowed to break the record. Just keep hitting him in the fanny night after night after night after night. But no, it's interesting. Sports is all effed up. Has anyone else noticed this? You got Barry Bonds, who they're saying may be indicted by September for the steroid thing.
Yeah.
You got Michael Vick just effing up the NFL. And then you got the ref messing up the NBA with his ties to the mob. And,
That's a big one.
And the gambling. And
I think you will find this guy dead at some point.
he has resigned, obviously.
Yeah, well.
And, David Stern looked really sad during that press conference yesterday. Because David Stern comes across as very cocky, you know. He finds Mark Cuban almost weekly, and Mark Cuban's been yelling and screaming about the refereeing for years.
Yeah.
And David Stern, I think he's going to have to step down on this
Step down because it was under his tenure.
I think you're seeing the last days of David Stern. I think he's going to have no choice.
I don't know. I'm sure it goes on in all professional sports. This guy got caught. But this is one more push for replay to me. It's one more reason that replay has to be used whenever it can be, because that's something that you can't mess with as much when the replay is being used.
They messed up replay like they mess up everything else. Replay sounds like the easiest concept whatsoever, but then they introduced all these rules around it where it made it impossible to use the most simplest of technology.
Why couldn't they just say, yeah, we're going with a replay?
Right.
That's easy enough. If there's a dispute, you check it out.
And no rules. Here's the play.
Right.
You're the ref or the ump.
No, they had to
What do you
add
think?
a bunch of rules to it, which makes it a pain in the ass.
Right. It's the simplest thing. They should just bring it back. I agree with Jimmy, and just let the refs and the umps have at it. Just they get to see the play, and then they make their decision based on just what they're seeing. No rules or any of that crap around.
People always feel, though, that you need that human factor in these games, where there has to be the ref with the human factor, the element of fallibility. These guys can make mistakes, and it does affect the game, but that is part of the game.
Yeah.
And then there's the other people that want it, mechanized, where there's cameras everywhere to check and make sure, and it kind of takes the human element out of the game. But I think it would eliminate these guys that are betting on the games and then refereeing the games. Jesus.
Yeah, it's time to update the sports. I mean, you got the easy pass technology.
Yeah.
Why can't you use that in baseball? Why can't you just use that in baseball? It would be obvious if the ball got there first or the runner.
Oh, you mean put like sensors on the ball, the runners, and the bases?
Yes. Yes. Sounds like the simplest thing to do.
Yeah.
You would never have a blown call at first base ever.
You don't use a first base, and you actually have to throw the ball at the guy as he's running. I like that.
What's Stan got?
Well, I know nobody cares about it quite as much, but tennis has...
Tennis.
It has a perfect system. You're just
Yes.
Perfect system.
Yes, rich people and homosexuals enjoy it.
Well,
all right. But they
He's gonna
have
knock your teeth out. Stan's a big tennis fan,
Russian
Jim.
chicks.
He's gonna knock your teeth
You
out.
can't be a tennis fan. He might play because he's an athlete. Look at the
He's
body
a
on that
huge
kid.
tennis. Name a few tennis players, Stan. Let's go.
well, James Blake,
How about one of the hot ones?
Maria Sharapova.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
There you go. Why would you go with James Blake first?
I know. You go with James Blake. Get on that pole.
And we'll go with the obvious ones. But yeah, they have
Obvious.
a system.
Yeah,
so
why
that-
go with the ones that everyone does know?
Yeah. But they wouldn't demonstrate tennis knowledge, is what I've.
Oh, I got you. Okay, instead of the hotness that might be there.
That might entertain or at least titillate the fans.
Right.
But yeah, who cares what I'm going to say now because you guys don't care.
But what is it like?
They have a system that it's anytime a player doesn't agree with a call, they just challenge it, and they go to a system that measures it within like 0.003 of an inch or something. And
that is the perfect system.
Yeah, and that is the last word in terms of the call. There's no
more yelling
there's
at
no
the
more human factor to it.
the line judge or anything.
Yeah.
How often?
But it was fun when McEnroe would yell and scream. You know,
yeah.
When he thought a play was.
See, people enjoyed that more than they do this technology that kind of makes it. Well, we know exactly what happened here. They kind of like that with McEnroe, where he used to scream, "What the hell are you talking about? That was in."
Yeah.
Why are you do that? That people enjoyed that.
How often is the ref right, or how often is the player right? Would you say?
The player's right most of the time, actually.
Really? I guess maybe that perspective's a little closer.
Yeah, they just know they hit the ball so much.
That's part of the game.
Well,
Hitting the ball a lot.
Well, Mo in Brooklyn, he writes, I used to work for the NBA, and I think you're way off on Stern resigning. He would only go if the owners turn on him, and they won't because he's made them huge money. We'll have to wait and see. He looked like like crap yesterday during that press conference.
I don't think he'll go because it's like it could happen in any sport. It's almost like it could happen after him too.
Yeah, but there was something where they were. I got to get my info, but they were looking into this back in 2005.
Yeah, they were kind of onto this whole thing.
And David Stern said, "Yeah, I kind of messed up. We came up empty on our investigation back in 2005 or something like that." So there's a bit of a history there that are making people raise their eyebrows a bit today.
Did he? Have they shown any calls that he made that were like just blatantly, "Oh my God, what the hell is this guy doing"?
They're going. Well, David Stern said he's going to go through every game this guy.
Oh Jesus!
Refed. His stats are way up though. Like he called way more fouls than for one team than another. It was way off balance in so many games, and that's how games are decided. On the free throw line for the most part.
I think he also gave out more technicals than anybody else.
More technicals.
So not only was he making bad calls, but then if you argued about them because you knew they were bad, he would get you chucked out of the game with technicals.
And if you're a scorer, if you're a high scorer, that's it. You pretty much know who's going to win.
Well, they talked to a lot of guys in the NBA, like coaches and stuff, and they said it would be so easy to control these games. You just, get the star player in foul trouble early, and there you go. There you go. You're guaranteeing that, the odds are way in your favor as far as winning that game.
Yeah, they got to sit Shaquille maybe for the first half of the fourth quarter, or they got to sit Kobe.
Well, they go even earlier because then you're very, very timid the rest of the game.
So basketball seems to be easy to fix with the refs.
So you get the star player.
Baseball is on the.
You get the star player in foul trouble early, and if that's not helping, then you start calling a lot of fouls later in the game for the other team. So they go to the line a lot.
How could you do that without it being obvious?
There's so
basketball's such an odd game. Whenever I used to, and I don't enjoy the game at all, and I never liked playing it because it was always very vague. The rules of where your hands could go when you're trying to block or get the ball.
That's why it's easy in the NBA. Like baseball, it's either ball or strike. You're gonna have someone come running out like Lupinell or something arguing balls or strikes, of course.
Yeah.
But it's going to be within the strike zone. You're not going to start calling strikes that are 3 feet outside the strike zone,
time and time again.
But in the NBA, there's so much action. You could call a foul on every play, right? Every play you could literally call a foul. So it's really hard to see if this guy is calling too many fouls for a team.
They're constantly banging into each other on the board. There's always contact.
I think it's the toughest, sport to ref, ump, whatever.
Yeah, it's a little too vague for me. The whole line, where you it was always I could never play the game either. It was one of those things where I was always fouling. Like I'd try to steal the ball away and I'd reach in and just hit it. Oh, you can't do that. Why? Because the guy's back is to me. Why can't I just reach in and smack the ball? What's that called?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
What's that called?
It's called reaching in? What a stupid rule.
You know what it is?
If I'm able to do it, why can't I reach in?
You're so used to getting a reach around.
I'll reach around.
Oh. All right, so
that's funny. It's called reaching, and of course it is. What else would it be called? I'm a dolt.
All right, with that, why don't we take a break? We're a little late here because E-Rock, spinning on the stripper pole.
Yeah, well worth it.
877-212-O&A. Write that number down, okay? We'll talk about the sports thing a little bit and definitely a lot of other stuff. And we're still trying to figure it out for today, let's be honest. But we'll give you some fine radio. Guaranteed. That's a guarantee from Opie and Anthony. We'll be back.
Guarantee. Could be the most disgusting program you've ever heard. What the hell is that? Oh my God! That is effed up.
Just to clarify, it doesn't leak on its own.
Oh my God! What are you crazy? What are you insane?
What does he have?
He has rotting corneas. What do you have?
I have rotting corneas.
Wow! Let's just say he's got a growth. All right, a scrotal growth. Scrotal growth.
It's the return of What the Hell Is That on the Opie and
I don't know what they call it. The deal where you rock yourself to sleep when you try to get up out of a chair. These fat people often do that.
There's just something. No, I don't rock myself to sleep when I try to get out of a chair.
People do that when they just can't have to build up enough momentum. Get up, and then all of a sudden you just
go through a series of oscillations until they get big enough that you can. I don't think it's overstating things when I say I hate you, and I hate everything you stand for.
How about we go for a meal?
If you're gonna open up your bank account, then yeah. That's fine.
We'll go have dinner and talk about it. Have lunch or something.
So Tom Glavine picks up number 299 last night, and we were talking about Lasting's millage. Let's stick on the millage part of it for a moment. The showboating thing is a bit of a problem.
It bothers you.
It's not that it bothers me.
Does it bother you that Jose...
I'm not the only one.
Does it bother you that Jose Reyes has a swagger about him? He's
No, I have nothing against the swagger, okay? But you can't go, as you did the night before, waving his arm around third base. You can't go doing the whole dance outside the dugout, which Willie Randolph said something to him about.
Okay, so that's progress. He's getting a little more mature. He's understanding what it takes to be a New York Met.
But this is stuff that we went through last year.
Okay.
It shouldn't be an issue this year.
Why shouldn't it? Oh, I forgot.
Because everybody made such a big deal about, and he did too, about how he's matured. And
well, he is maturing. You're not seeing the antics every time he does something now.
Well,
he's starting to understand that this is, not professional. But you want to get rid of the guy, right?
I didn't say that.
Are you waffling?
I didn't say that.
Are you waffling?
No.
Maple syrup?
Wow. Food reference. Oh, good.
Are you, yesterday you were clearly saying we need to showcase the guy because...
See, now you're just aggravating me because that's not what I said.
It doesn't sit well with me. Some of the antics, he's immature.
And what happened? He got grilled last night. It didn't sit well with the Pirates.
He didn't showboat against the Pirates.
The night before with the dance, and then yesterday he got drilled.
Well, guess what? He got on base.
I understand that, but that's...
and the Pirates are horrible.
He got drilled on a 3-0 count. They were... You do that kind of thing,
you're going to pay for it. And that's what happened.
Well, then that's the lessons he learns. That doesn't mean you get rid of the guy. He's a
I'm
very
not
promising.
saying to get rid of him.
He's beyond prospect. This guy is good. He's going to be good.
I agree with that. He's going to be a good player, and
For
I,
who,
as a matter of
though?
fact,
For who?
I, as a matter of fact, think he should be playing right field when Alou gets back because Sean Green has not shown a whole lot with 29 RBIs or whatever he's got
Well, maybe
this
they
year.
should put him on the block.
Green? Nobody wants him.
Okay.
That's the problem. But if you have a chance to go get a reliever who is going to make a major difference, a la Gagne, a la Otska, somebody like that, I would absolutely consider it. If you have a chance to get, I don't think any bat right now is worth it. Okay?
I'm glad you said that today because yesterday anything was worth it.
Can't we all
Why
get
are you doing
Can't we all get to annoy me?
No, I just want to point out the
You're
errors
starting
of
to
your
annoy
way.
me.
You should
not what
have
I
a
said.
verbal retraction.
They could be using this time as a showcase for him. They absolutely
And
could.
because I don't like the way he showboats, he's a little immature, and you had the video thing, and you just go down a laundry list
What,
of
the
things
rap
why
thing?
you
I'm not
hate
talking
the
about
guy.
the rap thing.
You
I
said
don't
it
hate the guy.
yesterday. All of those things came up yesterday.
He has, Carl, it is well documented that he has battled with immaturity throughout.
How old is he?
I understand.
Wait, how old is he?
He's, what, 22, 20, 21?
Did
He's
you
immature.
battle with immaturity at 21?
No, I didn't, as a matter of fact.
In a workplace
I
of
battled
men?
with immaturity at 34.
Okay, well then, should we trade you off to Siberia somewhere?
Right now, I wish you would.
For a promising prospect?
Yes.
For early morning reliever?
For Siberian sportscaster. Yes. You should do
I
that.
don't get it.
Well, I'm not saying...
How does he against
I am not...
He battles with
I'm
what?
not the only one who has been talking about this. This has been an issue for a year.
And that's when he was 19, right?
He made a big deal about how he's matured this season, and I'm not seeing it here. Folks, I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm saying, folks, what?
He's 21?
I understand.
In a league amongst men, there are going to be mistakes.
Look at Lindsay. Look at Lindsay Lohan. She's 21. She's made a couple of mistakes. Come on, we got to be
you want a 10-year? You want Derek Jeter out there?
Act like you've been there before.
He's learning. He's learning that. He's 21.
But we thought that he learned. What does it take to learn it? Last year, you should have learned it.
You sound like me talking to my 15-year-old son now. When are you going to learn? And then you step back and say, well, damn, he's only 15.
The point is that during the off season and even early this year,
does the good outweigh the bad?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it does.
Then you're going to have to be a little more patient, young man.
I didn't say to trade him. I said